and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician for over 10 years. So this is a get ready with me video for you today, focused on the new Athr Beauty Rose Quartz Quad. Now I purchased this myself and I have been playing around with it this week, and I haven't seen much content created around this quad. It is a limited edition, so I wanted to make this video for you today just in case you're on the fence of picking this up. Since it is a limited edition, you can see all the colors on me and what they look like and see if it's right for you. So I am going to go ahead and let you guys go into the get ready with me portion of this video, and I am going to close out with you at the end, and make sure you stay to the end so you can see what lip color I chose, okay? Hi everyone, and welcome to this chatty get ready with me. So I film get ready with me videos on my channel, but I don't film them that often because they don't get that many views. I have some updates that are coming for the channel, and I have that new Athr Beauty Rose Quartz Quad that I wanted to film a look with you guys on. So I figured, you know what, let's do a chatty get ready with me so I could talk to you while I'm applying my makeup at the same time. And I really wanted to film a look with this quad in case there's some of you that are on the fence about it, because I haven't been seeing anybody create any looks with it. And this is a limited edition quad, I believe. So I figured it would be helpful in case some of you are on the fence about picking it up. So we're going to create a look with that today. I'm going to take you through my skincare routine again. I'm going to show you how I've been applying the routine from my last video for a makeup application, because this is what I've been using on my skin for the last 2.5 weeks, morning and night. It's just if I'm going to be applying makeup, I don't apply as much product. If I'm not wearing makeup, I apply more product. And I want you guys to see my skin. I have no products on my skin right now. I just cleansed with the Gentle Purifying Cleanser from Bella Ora Skincare. Now, if you guys could see my skin, you see how much brighter my complexion looks. My skin looks really, really good. No lines or wrinkles on my forehead. All my lines that I had here around my mouth, they've all considerably have plumped up. My skin is a lot tighter and firmer. Now, I haven't used the MBK Curve for 2 weeks. I did use the Mile Lift Mini. I used it the other day, not yesterday, but the day before. That was the first time I've used it since I filmed. Well, it's been like a 1.5 weeks since I used microcurrent. And I've used the Skin Soother mode on the Aduro once this week. And then the other day when I did the short, that's when I used the Mile Lift Mini. I did the Aduro on the Skin Booster mode for red LED before microcurrent. Other than that, I've just been using the Bella Ora routine, and it's just, my skin looks so, so good. Now, if you take a look at my skin, you see that it looks less red. Especially this broken capillary right here underneath my eye. It's like it's completely almost gone, guys. And it's just from the skincare routine. And it's pretty freaking amazing, because I haven't really been using the Venus either. Because like I said, I haven't had enough time to myself to be able to take advantage of using these devices. So before we get into my skincare and I ramble on too much here, I am going to do the Skin Soother mode on the Aduro for 20 minutes. Now, this is the cyan light. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what my skin looks like after, and then we'll go into my skincare routine, and then from there we'll go into the makeup look, okay? So I will see you guys in a few while I do my Aduro. So I'll just turn it on so you guys can see the light. So it's on Skin Booster now. Move it down to the cyan. So cyan, what it does is it helps calm inflammation in the skin, like eczema, perioral dermatitis, sensitivity. Also, it helps with swollen capillaries or broken capillaries. So that's why I'm using this. And I've only used it once this week. I'm supposed to use it 3 times for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna use it today, and I'll probably do it again tomorrow. And then I'm doing this for 30 days, and I did take a before picture and we'll take an after picture. But I think, honestly, the biggest difference is my skincare routine from what I've been seeing in my skin, because it's not just my broken capillaries, it's my skin overall. Okay, everyone, welcome back. I did the 20-minute Aduro session on the Skin Soother mode. And as you can see, my skin does look less red. Whether it works or not, we'll see. I honestly think I'm going to see more of a difference with my skincare. And I'll tell you the reason why is because when I first started using Bella Aura as a complete system, almost 2 years ago now, guys, I was using Antioxidant Booster and Daily Repair Moisturizer as my two main products on my skin, morning and night for 30 days. And I had this scar above my lip, okay? It was like it looked like a crater because what happened, if you've been following along, you know this story, but it was from a lip wax, okay? I was training some estheticians on how to do lip wax, and I was their model so I could feel their technique. And what happened was my skin lifted with the wax because it was too hot, right? So a chunk of my skin came out, and it was always red right here. There was a little divot in there. And I used Antioxidant Booster and Daily Repair Moisturizer together for 30 days, and it totally got rid of that scar. Like, you can't even see it yet. And I'm hoping that by using this this combination of skincare routine, using it twice a day, morning and night, is going to help get rid of these broken capillaries, because this one underneath my eye has lightened up seriously in the last 2 weeks since I have been using this, because I do put a little bit right here in this area, not all the way completely underneath my eyes, but just this area to help with the broken capillary. I also have this scar right here, and I have a scar over here from shaving my face. So what happened was I went in with one of those tinkle razors, and I took off a chunk of skin here, I took off a chunk of skin here, and I took off the corner of my lip here with that. And needless to say, I threw those away and never used it again, but I'm left with these red spots right here from that. And then this one is just like, you could tell like a little chunk is gone right there. But yeah, those razors are terrible, and I suggest those of you that have them, just be really, really careful with them, because they are super, super sharp, okay? So I got my hair cut yesterday. I got some layers. I'm not going to wash it today because after I get it colored, I like to wait like a day or two before I wash it. So I'm just gonna pull it halfway back for right now, and I'm going to put some curls in it later. I'll show you guys soon on how to create beach waves with hot rollers. Today I'm going to use my beach waver. I have to perfect my technique for the beach waves with the hot rollers. It's so easy, guys. I love it, because with the curling iron, it takes me like 20 minutes, or actually like 25-30 minutes to do my curls. Okay, so we're going to go in with Instant Lifting Eye Contour first. My skin's a little bit dry right now because I, have been without skincare on my face for like, well, it feels a little dry, but it might suck these products up right away, because it's been like 30 minutes since I washed my face, and I don't put any serums or anything underneath my LED light therapy under the Aduro. So I'm just going to go in with Instant Lifting Eye Contour. And I used a half a pump, okay? Sorry, I forgot to tell you. When I'm applying Instant Lifting Eye Contour during the day under makeup, I use a half a pump. Sometimes I'll use a full pump. It just depends. But at night, I always do a full pump and put it around my eyes in a thicker layer. And that's the thing, with products, guys, like, if you want to see results with your products, you do have to use, a good size amount. Like, I've seen people just use like a little pea shape for certain things, and they're only applying just a little bit to their face because they're afraid that they're gonna, you know, run out of product fast. And you can't be afraid to use your products. If you want to see results, you have to use more of your product. Okay, so as always, I always shake my Bella Or products. I am to the bottom of this antioxidant booster, so we'll see if we can get it out. But what I like to do is I'm gonna take 2 pumps and apply it to my face, okay? So that's 2 pumps first. So I'm layering it, and I'm gonna take this to my neck too. And I'm gonna apply a separate pump to my chest. So I like to massage it in really good. Now, if I had some breakouts or flare-up from my perioral dermatitis, I would go ahead and go in with rapid repair, but it's pretty much cleared up now, so I'm not going to use rapid repair today. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with another pump, and my skin really just soaked this up because, like I said, it's been about 30 minutes since I washed my skin. Okay, so I do this to my chest too because I do have some damage on my chest. I'm just gonna take the rest of this. See, already instant glow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a Daily Repair Moisturizer. And I'm just gonna take 3 pumps. So that's what 3 pumps looks like. And I'm going to apply this to my face, my neck, and my chest. Now, if I was applying this at night, I would do like 3 pumps of antioxidant booster and then 3 pumps of Daily Repair Moisturizer just for my face. And then I would do an extra 2 pumps after for my neck and my chest. I apply it in a thicker layer and then work it in. This is the only kind of facial massage I've been doing, and I feel some tension right underneath here. So I have a new facial massage tool coming in. It's called the OMG Blaster. It looks pretty amazing. So once that arrives, it's coming in next week. I'm gonna do a video on it. So look for that to come down the pipeline. I cannot wait until that massage tool gets here, honestly. So if you wanted to go in with your Bella Aura gravity roller, I always get the name of that mixed up. You can do that right now. I would do that before you apply a multi-wrinkle minimizer serum because we're going to be layering multi-wrinkle minimizer serum over this. And I don't want to work it too much into the skin because it will have a tendency to peel because we already have a thick layer there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it into the skin, really work it into those fine lines and wrinkles. I'm going to press it into my skin, and then I'm going to let it sit on my skin for about 5 minutes before I apply any foundation or concealer, okay? So next I'm going to go in with multi-wrinkle minimizer serum. Now, when I'm using this during the day under a makeup application, I'd only use like 1.5 pumps to 2 pumps for my face. So I'm going to go in first with a pump, and I'm just going to put it everywhere, okay? And at night, I take 3 pumps and I spread it all over my face, and then I'll bring it down to my neck and my chest too. Okay. And I apply this around my eyes too, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work this in right here at my 11s. Just do little massage moves like this, okay? Around the eyes, I just tap it. Okay. And then my nose. So where I'm gonna work it in is right in through here. So I have this wrinkle that's going right here. I'm just gonna work it just a little bit. I have these lines that are going horizontal right here from smiling. So I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, take another pump. And what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna put a little bit of an extra layer in some of my problem areas where I have the lines. Okay. Put it right here. Put it right here. And I'm gonna put a little bit more around my eyes because I didn't really get that much from the first application. Okay. And then I'm gonna take another pump, right? Put it on my neck and my chest. I'm working in my chest and I have the vertical lines here. So I'm gonna go like this. Go the opposite direction of that wrinkle. This feels good. Okay, and then I'm gonna work it in my neck. Upward strokes. Now for my jawline, I like to go like this. And I'm also working in that extra layer that I have, that I applied right here. Work it in. This will help give you a defined jawline. And then these areas where I applied it a little bit more, I'm just going to pat it into the skin. Okay. Okay, now press. Press it in. Okay. And as you see, this looks pretty good. It didn't get irritated from the friction. Yay! So with perioral dermatitis, there's a number of different triggers for it. For me, it's stress, certain products like hyaluronic acid, dehydration, wearing a mask, too much sugar. It could be contributed to a bunch of different things, but what I have been noticing, like since the pandemic started, is that I have been seeing more and more clients come down with perioral dermatitis, and I strongly believe it's stress, because whenever I have a flare-up that lasts for a while, it's usually because I am super stressed out, like I have been the last couple weeks, and it's calming down. And the only things that help it for me are the Bella Aura Rapid Repair Clarifying Elixir and the Multi Repair Rescue Mask. So I'll use those for my, to help treat it, and it takes down the inflammation right away. Now, if I go in and use friction in the area before it's healed, yes, it's gonna like flare up. If I use certain devices, it will flare up. So whenever I have a flare up now, I just try to avoid using certain devices because I want it to go away fast, because I'm tired of it. You know, if I go out somewhere and I have to apply makeup, then it looks really bumpy and not so hot. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit in my skin for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and do the makeup application. Okay, so let's get into this makeup application now that all of my skincare has absorbed into my skin. So first, what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some concealer on my eyelids, because I'm going to use this as my eye primer. This is the Ilia Truskin Serum Concealer, and this one is SC 1.5 in Yucca. So I'm just gonna put a little bit here on my eyes, and I'm going to take the Rare Beauty concealer brush to blend it in. I love this concealer brush. I love it for underneath my eyes. So as I was letting my skincare set, I got a package, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So 70 Wellness sent me the new MyoLift QT Plus. It arrived today. So I am going to become familiar with that device. So a video will be coming soon on that. So look out for that. My friend let me borrow her new face, and so I'm gonna probably be doing some videos and comparisons with the MyoLift QT Plus, so look out for that content to come. Okay, so foundation. So I have two shades here. I have, it's Ilia Truskin Serum Foundation. This is SF5 Selena, and then the other one is SF4 Bowen. So I'm gonna use mainly Bowen. So my skin is getting a little bit lighter now. So I'm gonna take like almost a full pump of Bowen. Actually, I haven't used this one for a while, so I'm gonna take this first pump and wipe it on my cloth here and get a fresh pump because there's a little bit clogged up in there. So I'm gonna take almost a full pump of Bowen, and I'm just gonna add in like a drop of Selena because I still have a little bit of my summer color, but I'm lightening up to now where I can go into Bowen, which is my winter shade. Okay, so here is my foundation. So this is like one full pump. That's all I use. And what I do is I just warm it up between my fingertips here. And I start out at my nose and I spread it all over my skin. And the reason why I start out at the center of my face like this is because that's where most of my redness is. And then I just sort of apply it wherever with my hands. I don't fully rub it in or blend it in with my hands. I go over it with a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender. I'm gonna take what's left and bring it down a little bit on my neck so it all blends in and I don't have any lines of demarcation. So I'm gonna take my damp beauty blender and then I just dab it all over to blend the foundation into my skin. I can't fully use just Bowen yet because it's too light for me. So I have to mix in a little bit of Selena. And then I just blend it in until I like the coverage. Now this does make it more of a light coverage foundation. I find that this foundation is like light. It could be light to medium just depending on how you apply it and how much you use. I only use one pump and then I go over with a damp beauty blender to blend it out, but then also to kind of thin it through too. Because like I said, I like to see my natural skin shine through. And then what I go in with is concealer, okay? So I'm going to use SC2, I believe it is, in Yucca. So yeah, this one's Yucca. The SC 1.5, which I use on my eyes, is Suma, okay? So I have to mark them right here so I know which one is which because it's too small to read on the bottom sometimes. So I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer right here because it's a broken capillary. I'm gonna put a little bit right here because I have a little bit of a red patch there. I put a little bit around my nose, and I'll put a little bit over here because I do have a little bit of the redness showing through there for my perioral dermatitis. Now, I find that the Ilia doesn't irritate my perioral dermatitis. If you use like a heavier foundation or a thicker foundation or a concealer, I find that it kind of suffocates it and will cause more irritation. So I let this sit for a little bit on my face before I blend it in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the concealer on my eyelids, and I'm going to use the Lawless Seal the Deal translucent powder in Brightening. Now I like this shade Brightening for my eyes, but I do not like it for the rest of my face. It's like it's too light. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go over my eyes a little bit more with the concealer brush to blend out anything that has creased. And then I'm gonna go in with the powder to set it. If I just go in with the eyeshadow, especially the Athr Beauty eyeshadows, this will not, this will make them crease in like 5 minutes because the Athr Beauty shadows have oils in them. They crease on me anyways, but if I just put them over my concealer, they will just crease immediately. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in and just dab on these spots a little bit with my concealer brush. And then I'm gonna take the damp beauty blender to blend the rest of it into my skin. Okay. All right, so there we go. And let's brush up the eyebrows. Okay, let's go in with our eye makeup. So we're gonna use the Athr Beauty Rose Quartz Quad. So this is newly released. I believe it is limited edition. There's 4 pretty colors here. This is called Stardust. This is called Infinity. So Stardust is a shimmer, Infinity is a matte. We have Rose Quartz, which is a shimmer, like a pink shimmer. And then we have Solstice, which this is kind of like a duochrome. So in the pan, it looks plum, but when you apply it to the skin, it has more of a bronze tone to it and with a plum sheen. It's fairly light on the skin too. I thought it would be a little bit more pigmented than what it is, but it's pretty light. So I'm going to show you the look that I created in the short that I uploaded the other day with this. Now, I used from the new Rose Quartz palette, the shade Scorpio, to line the lower lash line. Okay, so let's get into this. So I'm just going to grab a flat tip eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna grab this color right here that is called Stardust, and I'm gonna put this on my brow bone, okay? Now, I find that the shades in here are pretty powdery, by the way, especially that matte shade. So it's kind of like a, traditionally Athr Beauty, okay? So I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, so this Stardust seems a little bit more pigmented than the original Stardust that they had in the original Athr Beauty palette. So next I'm going to take this pink matte shade called Infinity, and I'm gonna put this in my crease. So this one, like, there is kickback, but it's not as much as the other Athr mattes that I have. So I'm just gonna take this crease defining brush and just apply this into my crease, just like this. As you can see, it's light, but you can see it. It's really pretty, actually. I really like it. And I just keep blending it out. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more over here to this eye. What's going on, Molly? You can come in here. Molly's pacing. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a blending brush and I'm gonna blend this up to take down some of that shimmer from the brow bone, okay? So there's that color. See, it's really, really pretty. Now, when I swatch these, you could barely see them on my skin. Here, I'll swatch them really quick for you guys. So here is Rose Quartz. Okay, Rose Quartz. Here is Infinity, that pink matte. Okay. Stardust, I doubt you'll be able to see. Maybe. So there's Stardust. And then here is a Solstice. Now, was this a shade that was in? They say that this is a new shade, but I think it was in the Summer Solstice palette. So there you go. So there they are. And of course it's swatched more because I did grab a little bit more on my finger this time. So those are the swatches. So we have Rose Quartz, Infinity, which is a matte, Stardust, which is a shimmer, and then we have Solstice, which is sort of like one of those duochromes, okay? All right, so I'm gonna wipe that off. Now I'm going to go in with Rose Quartz, and I'm going to apply this on the inner lower lid, okay? Tap off the excess and apply it. This is such a pretty pink shade. I love this shade. It's so pretty. It was my favorite, one of my favorite shades in the original palette. And I'm surprised that they didn't carry this over into the newly rebranded one, honestly. So as you know that the Athr Beauty blushes are not available on their website right now, and I have a feeling that they are rebranding them. Now, I don't know if they would include their original shades or they're just going to come out with new shadows all the way around. We'll have to see. So what I'm going to do now is I find that if you apply this with a brush, it's like way too light. You do get some pigment on the eye, but it's really, really light and it just like meshes into the Rose Quartz. So I'm going to apply it with my finger. So I'm going to grab some on my finger, and this is Solstice. Okay. So I'm going to take Solstice and I'm going to put it right here on the outer corner or outer half of my eye. Still not that pigmented. So there you go. Let's do the other one. Tap off the excess on my finger so it doesn't fall out. Okay. Put a little bit more on this side. Okay, so that's it for the quad, okay, for right now. Now I'm gonna line the lower lash line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the new Rose Quartz palette, and I'm gonna take this shade Scorpio, which is a matte, and I'm gonna take it on this liner shader brush, and I'm gonna get a pretty good amount. Tap off the excess. And I'm gonna line my lower lash line with this. As you guys know, I don't use eyeliner pencils. I use shadow for my liners. So I'm gonna grab some more and kind of deepen it a little bit more. And I'm not perfect with this by all means. What I will do is I will fix the line with my concealer. Okay, so here's the eyes. As you can see, the colors are pretty light. It's really pretty. I actually like this, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not a disappointing purchase for me. I actually really like this palette, and I will probably be wearing this a lot in the springtime. So I do love it. And if you are thinking about it on the fence, I highly recommend it. And I actually like it more than this palette. So this palette, the only two shades that I will probably really use is Sandstone and Scorpio. All these other colors, I mean, they're just not that pigmented, except for these are, but I don't gravitate towards these shades. I used this one as a liner shadow before in the old palette. but I used it to blend out the, there was a darker color in there. Oh, well, I'm rambling. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So yeah, so this palette actually is not my favorite, and I have worn it a couple times. And what I've noticed when I've worn this, it creases on me within 2 hours versus the old Athr Beauty palette. And I don't get any creasing with the Ametrine palette. Okay. So I'll still play around with it, but I think that's going to be more of a palette for the spring for me. But I do love this in case you're thinking about getting it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my SC 1.5 Ilia concealer, and that's the lighter one. And I'm going to clean up this liner line with my concealer, okay? And I'm going to take that Rare Beauty brush, okay? And I'll just bring it really close to my lash line to clean up the liner, and then also conceal underneath my eyes a little bit, and then clean up any out of bounds eyeshadow from my crease. Okay, so I cleaned up my eyes with the concealer, and I went in with that shade Scorpio from the newly rebranded, this shade is actually in the OG Rose Quartz palette. And this just went in again and darkened it a little bit. So now what I'm gonna do is I go over my eye concealer with the damp beauty blender, and then I just go over my skin with it again before I set my foundation. Okay. But first, before I put powder on, I'm going to go in with the Westman Atelier Face Tray Stick and Biscuit and do a little contour. Okay. And I'm going to blend that out. I am in desperate need to do some tension release because my neck is so tense right now. You could see it like right here in my face. I'm just so tense. I have a lot of tension that needs to be worked out, and I went to the chiropractor and it didn't help. So I really need a massage, but I can't get a massage right now. So the makers of the Fascia Blasters, Ashley Black Fascia Blasters, they're coming out with this challenge. It's called New Year, New You. There's like meditation, there's diet and exercise, and then they give you like a blasting schedule to like blast your whole body. You take before and after pictures, and you send it to them, and you're entered into this challenge, and then they pick a winner, and whoever wins, they win money and then a trip to Costa Rica. I'm not doing it for that, but I want something to hold me accountable because I haven't been going to the gym because I haven't been sleeping. I want to go back to the gym starting Monday. And I also want to get into a routine of fascia blasting my body regularly because I am in a lot of pain all over because I have a lot of muscle imbalances in my body because of my motorcycle accident. And when I slack on, not taking care of myself, like how I need to take care of myself, I end up in a lot of pain and I don't feel good. So I find that if I join the challenge, that would help keep me accountable to fascia blast on a regular basis. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Lawless Seal the Deal Loose Setting Powder in the Brightening, and I'm going to use this to set the concealer underneath my eyes. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go in with my Kosas setting powder. So this is the color called Comfy. It's for medium skin tones. And I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. So I have been loving this powder still. It's just really, really nice setting powder. Haven't had any reactions to it whatsoever. So, all right, so that's it for my powder. See, really, really easy. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my bronzer, and I'm still loving this Beauty Butter bronzer by Westman Atelier. So, however, I don't like the Westman Atelier foundation anymore. It just feels too heavy on my skin. It really makes me feel like I have a mask on. So what I'd like to do is I like to put this right here on my forehead, kind of like in my hairline a little bit, and take it down to kind of like brighten my face. And then I'll take it into underneath my cheeks. Oh, I grabbed too much there. I'll have to blend it out. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to brush it up. Okay, and then I try to use this to contour my double chin, but it never works. Well, it's my gobble gobble. If I lose some weight, it'll go down a little bit more. I need to lose some weight, guys. I gained the COVID-15 like everybody else, and I work out, but you know what happens to me is I don't eat enough. Sometimes like I'll eat breakfast and then I won't eat again until dinner. And you know, that's not healthy. Okay, so now that I have my bronzer on, I'm going to go ahead and apply my blush. Now I am going to use the Athr Beauty Rose Quartz Cheek Palette. And another blush that I think that would look really pretty with this is the Lawless Vintage Love. This is like my favorite Lawless blush. I really love the Lawless blushes. They're so pretty. So I'm going to dip into both of these shades right here. So this is Compassion, and then this one is called Self-Love, and I'm going to use this highlighter today, okay? So I'm gonna take this blush brush, and I'm gonna just swipe it into Compassion first, and then I dip it into Self-Love. Smile and apply it to my eyebrows. So this I kind of have to layer it because it is kind of light on me. So if you hear that noise, it's the neighbor's gardeners next door. Okay, so that looks good. And if I go too far in, what I do is I either take my concealer brush or my beauty blender, and then I just even it out right there. Because if you go too far in with your blush, it doesn't look right, okay? And another thing what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of bronzer right in through here. Okay, all right. So that's it for that. Now let's do my highlighter. So I'm just gonna grab this and I just kind of whisk it in the heart. And then I'll just apply a little bit right here, right there, down the bridge of my nose. And that's it for highlighter. See, simple. Okay, so brows, I'm going to do the Kosas Air Brow, and I'm going to use the Ilia Fullest Volume Mascara on my lashes. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply that off camera, and I will be right back. Hey everyone, so I used the Kosas Air Brow in the shade Taupe. When I wear lighter eyeshadow colors, I like to go in with the Taupe. If I'm going for more of a dramatic eye look or an evening look, I'll sometimes go in with the soft brown. I have two colors that I go back and forth on. And then I use the Ilia's Fullest Volumizing Mascara in the shade Black. It's the only shade that they make on my lashes. And I absolutely love this mascara. I'm not sitting there forever and combing it through my lashes to build the volume. It's like I need minimal coats for the volumizing that this gives my lashes. It's like va va boom. So I'm going to go back in to the Rose Quartz Quad, and I'm grabbing this shade right here called Stardust. And I'm going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes here to help brighten them up. Okay. And there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go do my hair, and then I will close out with you guys, give you my thoughts on this, and show you the lip color that I chose, okay? So I will see you in a few. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me. Now, the lip gloss that I chose for this look, or the lip colors, I went in and I lined my lips with the Honey Rose lip liner from Lawless. And then I went in with the Daisy Forget the Filler lip gloss. And here is the final lip look right here. Now, if you watched my shorts that I uploaded the other day or my Instagram reel, I used George lip gloss, or Forget the Filler lip gloss, which is a nude, but I like both colors with this. Even velvet would look really pretty too with this look. Now, let's talk about this Rose Quartz quad. So here is the quad again. I absolutely love it. I think it's pretty. And if you remember, I mentioned that I thought it was going to be a disappointing purchase. However, I was playing around with it this week and I found a look that I liked with it. So I do love it. Now, I see myself reaching for this more so in the springtime because of the colors. Maybe spring, summer, just depending. But it is really pretty. And if you're on the fence of picking it up, I hope this video was helpful for you. Now, if you have the rebranded Rose Quartz palette, it does complement the palette very well. So if you're interested in it. However, I will say that the few times that I have worn the Rose Quartz palette, it's creased on me rather quickly, like within 30 minutes, and the colors have faded. Now this, I do notice that the colors fade, but it doesn't crease on me, okay? So I don't know. I find that's odd with Athr Beauty shadows. I find that sometimes, oh, sorry, Molly's down there. I find that some palettes crease more so than the others, like my original Rose Quartz palette. That one doesn't crease on me. The first one that I gave away did. I did not like that formulation, and I think they changed it around. And then, however, when my friend gave me her Rose Quartz palette, she didn't like the colors on her. I found that the shadows didn't crease on me. Now, this one creases on me fairly quickly. I would say like within a half an hour, even if I put powder on my eyes, right? This formulation doesn't crease on me, but it does fade. This color right here does fade pretty quickly on me. And my Ametrine palette that I have, that one lasts on me all day and the colors don't fade. So it's just strange how that is. I don't know. I don't have that issue with my Lawless eyeshadows. Lawless eyeshadows are my favorite. I love the formulation. They don't crease, they're pigmented, and they don't fade. So there you go on that. Now, for my hair, I went in with my Beach Waver in the 1.25 barrel size, and I did these beach waves. Now, in that short video that I uploaded the other day, I showed you that I created some beach waves with some 1-inch hot rollers. That video is going to be coming soon, and I actually prefer those beach waves versus these ones because these ones are a little bit more bigger and voluminous. And I just really love the way those beach waves came out with the hot rollers, and it's so much healthier for your hair too. It's less heat. You do have to let hot rollers sit in your hair for about 25 to 30 minutes. So they heat up and then they cool down. So they set the curls really perfectly. And since there's not a lot of heat involved, there's less damage for your hair. I have a hard time with talking today. So I will be filming that tutorial very soon, hopefully maybe this week. I'm just perfecting the technique. And I just did get my hair cut and I have some layers, so I have to figure out if I'm gonna roll it the same or if I have to roll it different. But either way, that video is gonna be coming soon. The MyoLift QT Plus video is coming soon. My new facial massager video will be coming soon. So I have lots of cool content coming up for you guys. And I hope you stay tuned and stay around to watch it. So that is it for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you very soon. I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you soon. Bye.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day.